All right. I'm gonna stop it right there. I don't want to play too much of this, but I did want to play that one moment to open our show today of the crowd starting to sing John Cena sucks with John Cena's theme song. Oh my God, that was the moment where I knew like this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But welcome everyone to episode number 153 of the Malapert Smark Podcast. I got Vlad, the wrestling expert, and Robert, the frozen Asian, here to discuss a momentous historical week. Sorry, I just got off work, so I'm a little mentally adjusting to being on this podcast. But yes, so the Cena explanation that we've been waiting for since the heel turn. It's been a couple weeks, and finally Raw was in Belgium, and we got the promo. So, okay, let's start the show today. That's our first topic. Let's go to our blog post, the Malapert Smark, episode number 153. Sorry, there it is. Review blog post. I'll put this in the description if you guys want to follow along. This has our topics for the day. And yes, how could we not start with John Cena on Raw, right, guys? I mean, I don't want to give like a whole like explanation of everything he said. It was a lot. I assume people seen it. You should go see it if you haven't seen it, because it was goddamn epic, especially considering if you followed his career and know how far we've come to get here. But okay, so no time limits on our first topic today. You guys can speak for as long as you want about this, but opening comments, because I will go through some of the lines he gave, and we'll break it down a little bit more in depth. But I guess just general thought. Oh, you know what? Before I get your thoughts, Vlad, I'll just go to our reviews. So for anyone who doesn't know, we review storylines here on our show, and we have a review system which goes like this, just based on how we like it. And we are very rarely out of this range of 2 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down. Once we go out of this range, it's like, oh, we really liked it or we really hated it. So yes, John Cena's heel turn speech promo and his thing with Cody and everything. My rating, I gave it a +10. I gave it a mind blown. I'll just tell you guys right now, before I break down everything I thought of it. I mean, I would never thought I would see this. I was just looking at it the whole time, like with my mind blown. So how could I not give this a mind blown? 10 points on our review scale. Vlad and Robert both, this was fire, so 5 points, which is way above normal for us. We hardly ever give above 2 thumbs up or loved it. So this is fire. 5 points. That's still a really great score. So, okay, Vlad, you can start, and I will be playing slides of John Cena's epic promo while you speak on this, please.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm happy to talk about this. This was incredible. I think you're right. As soon as the music hit and the crowd reaction, you knew that we were about to see something special. I think what made it even more impactful is the crowd, the fact that they're in Europe and Belgium. I think this specific show was at, right, Belgium. So that added to the atmosphere, added to the promo, added to why this was maybe one of the great heel promos of all time, honestly. I mean, you could easily say that. It was incredible. It was incredible. But, of course, it helps of, like who the person is. People that have followed Cena know his career, we're watching wrestling during his incredible babyface run for, like, 10 years, basically. Probably even a little bit longer, honestly. But
did you give up on him turning heel? Like, that's why this is so incredible to me, because I gave up on it. Like, this is something I never thought I'd ever see.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed it when it first happened. We were all hoping that it would have happened during maybe the peak of his career, or when he was actually a everyday, wrestler. But this works really well for me too, and yeah. Give up on it, but I'm happy it happened. I'm happy they went with it, because it sets up incredible TV. And I mean, he said a lot of things, which I guess you said we're going to dissect some of it, at least. Some of it was gold. Some of it I was like, really? Wow. Whoa. Like, whoa. And there was a lot. And I mean, and then Cody came in and did his piece, which I thought was also great. I want to talk about a piece that wasn't involved in this promo, or wasn't involved at all in this, which was the Rock piece. But I think we could save that maybe, or we could talk about that separately. But as far as the promo itself, it was gold. It was tremendous. I loved it. Definitely credit to the crowd, who was electric. To Cena, who's amazing. Just knocked it out of the park. And Cody.
Oh yeah. Okay. What about that crowd, man? They had ridiculous comebacks, and they were in such unison. Like, they knew exactly. How did that happen? I don't even understand how they were just knew exactly how to cheer exactly the right thing. Well, yeah. Was it just one guy in the crowd that started singing something, and then everyone else went along with it? Like, it was nuts.
I don't. Yeah, somebody must have started it. But I like how they did the whole, like, you know, Cena sucks, or, you know, let's go Cena thing that they've been doing this whole career, basically, right? That was awesome. And then at some point they were like, you know what? F it. F this guy. Cena, you know, that was tremendous. That was tremendous. That was tremendous. And I mean, and then the shots to the crowd of the little kids wearing the Cena stuff, gold. The one specifically that Robert has the screenshot of is tremendous. It's just amazing, right? So overall, one of the great things I've seen in wrestling in a long time. So I'll leave it. That's it. I don't want to take up all the time, so I'll give it to Robert.
Robert, yes, please. Your general thoughts on this segment?
Oh boy. Well, the promo on its own, without the crowd, I probably would have liked it enough to give it an I loved it rating, but the crowd just made it that much better.
Yeah.
Man, this was incredible. Man, I know we've been waiting for him to finally give his explanation, and I don't know how many weeks it was, but it was worth the wait for sure. This was incredible. The crowd was absolutely hot for this. I was hanging on to every single word John Cena was saying.
Yeah,
amazing. So there were many different ways that he could have explained his turn. And then, okay, and I know you had your prediction as to what he was going to say, and I more or less agreed with you too, but I wasn't quite sure. I didn't expect him to go this route. Not at all. I didn't expect him to turn on the fans, especially the ones that are chanting "Let's go Cena." I didn't see coming. Like, what?
Even
wow, really? I'm like, wow, you're saying that the people that say "Let's go Cena" are even worse than the ones that say Cena. Okay, did not see that coming. He brings up a lot of stuff that happened throughout his career. So people who've been following his career, you know what he's talking about. You know what he had to go through with the fans. So all this resentment that he's talking about, I don't know if he's really, really, really feeling it, but he did an amazing job of making it believable that he really feels that way towards them, and that's that he's been harboring these feelings for decades. This is amazing. But somewhere, Bray Wyatt must be looking down, proud at what John Cena has become, and been like, "I knew you got it in you. I knew it." Dude, this is really good, man. The promo was awesome. The crowd was perfect for this.
Nobody's mentioned Cody's part when Cody entered.
Yeah. I know. That's crazy. That I haven't even mentioned Cody's name yet.
Yeah, any comments about Cody? Was his? I mean, his part I thought was pretty fire too. His line about he wanted to face John Cena at this WrestleMania, not this little whiny ass bitch. So,
right, but it goes to your point that you mentioned earlier that we pretty much had given up on Cena turning heel, and it finally happened, right? Like There's not much that Cody could say at this point. I mean, he's saying some really good things, but nothing that we haven't already heard from him. It's kind of predictable, still good, but it's really what we want to hear from Cena. Like that's what we're curious to hear, right? And that's what we got. So yeah, man. I don't know.
Right, well,
I'm kind of wondering now, like, as good as this was, I was like, man, Vince McMahon, you've been holding out on us. You've not let Cena turn heel for over 2 decades. He clearly would have been an amazing heel, no matter when he turned. So
he would have been the best heel in the company.
Exactly. So for sure. So like this is what we've been missing out on for 2.5 decades.
Yep.
Damn you, Vince.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I could see clear differences in philosophical booking, in the philosophies of their booking between Vince and Triple H, since Triple H is taking over. Triple H seems to give the fans what they want. Like, he knows what they want. He's like, I'm going to give it to them. Which seems to be what wrestling should be, right? Why wouldn't you give the fans what the fuck they want so they can come back? Vince never wanted to do that. Like,
Vince's idea was always seemingly, they're not going to always like what I put out there, but I'm going to make them like it by shoving it down.
Or that it was best for business. I mean, I guess I see that. Like, it's not always best for business to just let the babyface win because it would make the fans happy on that night. You know what I mean? There's a balance, and I don't think Triple H has quite found that balance because I think sometimes he lets too many babyfaces win. This one, okay, this one was a slam dunk, though. Like, to give us Cena's heel turn. Cena's career's winding down, and he was willing to pull the trigger, so good. Okay, so I have a transcript. I don't want to play the whole thing. But I also don't want to really read the whole thing. But
a lot.
Yeah, so I can read some of it or some lines that I underlined here earlier today, and see if any of it is interesting to us or if any of it sparks a comment from anybody here. But let's see. All right, so he started out. His first line was, what was his first line? Was this it?
I think it's something like
someone pretty grounded in life.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have to look outside themselves.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
For proof. So that's what. And then they start booing him. He goes, "You are making this so easy for me." That's when he kind of turned his demeanor, as they were booing him. He says, "I've been a victim of an abusive relationship."
Fucking fantastic.
All you do is be hurtful. All you are is abusive, and all you've ever done is bully me into being your damn puppet and expected me to go with a smile on my face. Oh, you let me know really loud that you hated me. Yeah, moments of embarrassment, moments of shame, just like this, as the crowd boos him. I'm not going through this line for line, but I'm just kind of the ones that really stood out to me. Each one of these idiots is proving my point with every breath. My point is, no matter what I do, it is never enough, and you should all be ashamed of yourself. All you ever do is take, and you take. You only care about yourselves. By the way, I used an AI to get this transcript. I didn't do it myself, thankfully. I didn't have to write it line for line. Yeah, but this is great. This is great to have. I should probably post this somewhere, but maybe I'll make a blog post about it with the transcripts of Cena's promo. But not one of you sons of bitches ask me how I feel. You know, I don't think that this is really how Cena feels. I think Cena knows that it would have been the right thing for him to turn heel back in the days. You know what I mean? He would have done it. So I don't think he hates or he has a real hatred for the audience for just wanting him to turn heel back in the days. You know what I mean? He probably more likely agrees with them, I think. Let's see. Did anybody have any comments on that, though? I know Vlad said no. I don't think that's really how he feels. Robert, did you think that this was a real promo? Was it a shoot, or do you think he was working?
Some of it maybe, but again, like I said before, he did a really good job of making it sound believable that he really feels this way. He also he also mentioned that he's not either a baby face or a heel. He's a human being.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
That's another thing he said.
That's another thing he said. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you're fine with him using that terminology, Vlad, babyface or heel, but okay.
The genie's out of the bottle at this point. I think that ship has long sailed. Everybody's already, not killing the business, but exposing it, if you will. So that ship has sailed. No, but there was a part where he kept saying, like what the fans deserve or what they don't deserve. Like, you deserve nothing.
Nothing.
I love that. I love the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yes, you deserve nothing. He said the only thing you get is to take a long look in the mirror to see how awful each and every one of you has been for 25 years to me.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, I think, how much of it was real, I think there probably is some part of him that there was some resentment towards the fans the last 15, 20 years. I'm sure there had to have been some, but overall, no, I don't think he feels this way. But, there's probably some elements of truth where he could at least cut a promo and make himself believe it in the moment, Yeah.
Let's see. The crowd starts chanting for Cody, and he goes mentioning Cody. Of course, your brand new shiny toy, because you're about to put this one out to pasture. Every breath you prove my point, that you're awful people. And that's every single person in this room. Let me see. I'm on page 2 now, by the way. I'm on page 2. Let's see. Sorry about this. It's a long transcript. Okay, so let me see. I'm skipping a little forward, but he goes, "You are pathetic. Oh, you don't want to hear this. This is tough for you. Oh, you're not ready to hear this. You're not ready to lean into an uncomfortable conversation. The truth is, you don't wear this for support." He's talking about people wearing Cena shirts. "You wear it to make you feel good. You wear words like hustle, loyalty, and respect. I live them every day." Okay. Let me see. All right, I want to skip to the good part. He goes, "Well, listen. I'm breaking up with you. I'm done. I'm breaking up with every single person. Whether you like me or you don't, you're dumped. I don't need you anymore. I don't care about you, and you don't matter to me. And here's the thing. There's no noise you can make. There's nothing you can do, because you know I'm right, and you know you are wrong." Nice. All right. Cody. Okay. So Cody... All right, did anyone want to say something, or should I jump to what?
I just want to say real quick, I know we talked about potentially turning back before the end of, I don't know how that's possible after a promo like this. Talk about, turning back to babyface when he retires. I don't know now if that can happen. You cut a promo like this, that sticks with somebody for a while. You might not have the time to turn back now. I don't know. Now I'm not so sure. I mean, they could still do it. Of course, they could do anything. No. I'm just saying, you cut a promo like this, it usually, in a perfect world, he would be heel for the next couple of years, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Cody came out, and he was trying to, reverse what he was saying, like saying you don't need the people. Okay, let me read what Cody said. He said, first of all, he said, I think everyone was willing to hear you out, even myself. Sure, they've given you their worst. They might have given you their worst, but they've also given you their best. You see, so he's trying to play the crowd side.
Sure.
Is that something?
But any babyface would.
Yeah, maybe that's him trying to convince Cena, like, no, you're wrong. Like, this is part of his turn back. You know what I mean? Like, no, there was a faction of the crowd that did cheer for Cena. For everyone who said Cena sucked, there was someone who was saying, let's go Cena. That's right?
True. But they're awful people.
Yeah, I don't know. That part was a little the explanation for why Cena said, those people suck too. I don't know if I buy all that completely. That was just more like, damn, he's really going all the way with this, to the point where I'm like, yeah, that's why this blew my mind. You know what I mean? Like, there was no reason to fuck with the Cena people. And then Cody ends with his line, I was excited at the prospect of going week to week, face to face with John Cena. Instead, I got this. Yeah, so go find John Cena. I want to wrestle him at WrestleMania 41, not this whiny bitch. Okay. All right. All right, then. Yeah. Final comments. I know we've milked this, and this is a great thing to talk about.
No, I don't think we've done enough, honestly. No, we've done great. I'm sorry. Robert, did you want to say something? Because I just wanted to mention the thing with The Rock, or The Rock not being even mentioned at all in the promo. Or
yeah, I was going to ask you what the hell you're talking about. Like, what Rock? He wasn't there. I go, what are you talking about?
Well, obviously he wasn't there, but I get... I saw that. I don't think The Rock is the new John Cena. I think I can still see The Rock. But no,
yeah, I was wondering, did I miss a segment on my review, or what the fuck happened? But okay, yeah, no Rock. The point
I was going to make, and a lot of people that have reviewed the segment have made, like, The Rock wasn't mentioned because he was so part of the turn. Asking the question, should he have been mentioned as part of the promo at all? Given that it seems like Cena was working with The Rock. Yeah. That's a good question. I don't think he should have been mentioned, but I also think that the whole thing doesn't really work if The Rock's not involved. A lot of people are saying, like, it would have been just fine if The Rock was never in it at all and just Cena turn heel. I'm like, well, it wouldn't have completely made sense for him to just turn heel if he, unless he was working for somebody that's actually in the board of directors, right? That actually makes more sense to me, at least for me. But I just wanted to throw that out there and what you guys thought. Should The Rock have been mentioned in this promo at all? No, I don't think so for me, but he should be definitely mentioned going forward for the rest of the feud, is my opinion, at the very least.
Well, yeah, Cody did him a favor not mentioning how he sold out like a bitch to The Rock. But he did call him a bitch, though. But okay, so Cena, I mean, obviously, I think this merited him just standing alone on himself because it was such a momentous occasion. So for that reason, yeah, they don't have to mention The Rock or have The Rock be there. But just to mention for people who haven't listened to our last episodes or something, like what I expected Cena to say in terms of what we got was that I thought he was going to toe the line. I didn't think he would rip the crowd apart. I thought he was going to say, you know what, I had to do this. I want to win that 17th title and become the greatest of all time. And I need this help. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I haven't won a match in 2,000 days or whatever the fuck it is. How many years he hasn't won a singles match? So I thought that would have been an easy explanation. Like, look, I'm sad to do this, but I'm just gonna do it. It would have been a heel turn still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but instead he went full Hogan. Heel turn. He went NWO Hogan all the way.
I think. Cena probably has more of a logical reason to turn than Hogan did, because I think more people boo, like the smart fans were booing Hogan, but a lot of people booed Cena, like half and half booed Cena, like 50% of the crowd. So Hogan was like, okay, yeah, some of the crowd didn't know what he was talking about when he was saying some people were booing him. Like, he was never a heel, he was never a bad guy, and he never got it like Cena got it
not like
on
Cena
TV.
Got it. No, not like close. Cena got it. Not like Cena got it, but he was getting some boos during mid, right prior to the turn, for sure. He was. It was, people were kind of already sick of the red and yellow Hogan, and especially in WCW, who didn't like him to begin with, honestly. Considered him a WWF guy in the first place. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so one last comment I'll make. I think it was worth it for them to wait the 2 weeks and do this in Belgium for some reason. Because these Belgian fans, they went along with it perfectly. Like, if they did it somewhere in America, maybe the fans would have cheered him because they're happy. Yeah. No, these guys went along with exactly what kayfabe you would want the crowd to be doing, exactly. And it was perfect because of that.
Plus, also the American crowds, they would not have been this loud.
No.
They would not have made this much noise at all.
Yeah.